Marathon training has been going well, so it's time to test the fitness with a half marathon. The current PB is 73 minutes and 53 seconds, so my goal today is to try and break this. So let's head down to Burnham so I can give it my best shot. 45 seconds. Come on! So good morning and welcome back to another race day vlog. Over 3 months since I last raced, delighted to be heading down to Burnham-on-Sea for the half marathon. Clocked over halfway in the marathon training block leading up to Abingdon now, so I think I'm entering week 7, which means I've got a race this weekend and next weekend. But let's tackle this one first. I've freshened up for this one. I'm excited to give this a good go. Weather didn't look too good building up to this race, however it does seem to have cleared a little bit this morning and the storm doesn't seem to be setting in until mid-afternoon. Things start to turn around 11-12 o'clock, so basically all that's making me think is I need to run fast. Race starts at 9:45, it's about 7:15 now, just heading off. The journey's going to be about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes, so hoping to get down there in plenty of time. Let's get down there, get a warm-up done, I'll explain race tactics. So there we go, I guess it's lucky number 581, if you can see that. So loving it already, such an easy place to get to, ample parking, it's been super stress-free. Probably helps with the fact that I left a little bit early, but that's cool. I've got an hour now until the race, so going to take my time, quarter of an hour, just chill out, listen to some music, then I'll start getting the bib on and get out there for my shakeout. I'll just do a mile or so, nothing crazy, just shake the legs out and a few strides and we'll get rocking and rolling. Half an hour before, I'm going to have 200 milligrams of caffeine in the form of a ketone IQ shot and a precision hydration 100 milligram caffeine gel. And already this morning I've had my usual porridge and chocolate spread with a Sturka drink mix. So we're loaded up, we're ready to go. So we are going for the Puma. Pretty glad that I'm going for them this week and the Asics next week. I have bought the Asics as a backup just in case I change my mind, but I can confirm that I haven't. We're going with the Puma today. We'll see how they do in a half marathon. Feeling good, feeling fresh. I want to get this one on the road. And goals for today, going to be completely honest with you, I'd like to go for a PB. I want to get out there and see how low 5:30s feel, which ultimately, if I could hold that to the end, would be a mid 1:12 or 72-minute half, which would be absolutely the dream, absolutely incredible. I've just driven the first couple of miles of the course on the way in. I saw that first little rise. It's very gradual over a railway bridge down the other side. This is a flat course and the weather seems to be holding off. If we have any wind, it's going to be in the second half and that's fine. I'm braced for it. I'm ready for it. I'm just feeling strong and I want to get out there and give it a good go. So enough waffling from me. Let's start to get the shoes on, the bib on and get out there. So whilst I get my bib and shoes on and get out for a warm up, I want to say a massive thank you to Saysky for sponsoring this Abingdon Marathon training series along with this video as well. They've been hugely supportive in my training series over the years and I'm super grateful to once again be working with them on this build too. You can get 15% off all Saysky items using discount code FOD15 as shown on screen, and for me today this is the kit I'll most likely be wearing for the Abingdon Marathon. So once again a huge thank you to Saysky for sponsoring this video. Right, so just getting a quick warm up done. Conditions are absolutely perfect as long as the sun stays behind the clouds. This is going to be a good weather day. I'm really surprised actually. Only going to get 5 minutes done and we'll get to the start line. Just a really short warm up. I'll use the first couple of miles because the first little bit's on grass and then we come out onto the road. So I'll ease into this one and then lock into that target pace that I want and let's see how long we can hold it for. Wish us luck. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, up you So let's get this one underway. The first 400 to 600 metres of this race is on grass around the edge of a cricket pitch, and then we're out onto nice flat roads. No need to spike the heart rate early at this stage by bolting out the block, so I sat back and just got this very small section ticked off. Having heard a couple of the guys on the start line mention they were going for around 75 minutes, the one in the black vest up ahead and also the white and red vest, I knew they'd either come back to me later in the race or they were going to have a blinder today, because either way, when we exited the grass, I glanced at my watch and saw 5:36 per mile and knew that already we were operating at high 73 pace. So I wasn't prepared to try and kick and catch them. Half marathons are not won in the first few hundred meters, but they can definitely be lost. So let's get out onto the roads and I'll show you something new that I tried around 5k into the race. So can you see it? Yep, that's right, a caffeine gel. So this summer I've been experimenting with fueling mainly due to an upcoming marathon, but I've also been fueling in my double and single threshold sessions too. And my stomach seems to tolerate gels around half marathon effort, which is something it never used to be able to do, as I used to cramp up badly. Now over the past 2 years I've had some very mediocre half marathon runs, and usually in the final 2 miles I suffer massively. So to combat this, I threw caution to the wind and took a caf gel early on so that it gave the caffeine a chance to get into the system and really work. And as you'll soon see, it did the trick nicely. Thank you. So just after mile 7, and this is the only other incline in the race. This is it, literally a rise over the railway. I cannot stress to you guys watching how flat and fast this course is. The wind was starting to pick up and we were starting to swing round into the second half of the course, and you'll see the splits reflect that shortly. But we ended up being quite lucky, I think, as I can imagine it could well be a lot worse. However, if you catch this course on a good day, it is by far the fastest one I have run locally. At this stage I was still feeling really strong. The camera can't really pick it up, but I've always been able to see the lead car in front, and I was currently sitting in 3rd place. I could see the chap in the yellow vest was kicking on, but I noticed the chap in the white and red vest that I mentioned at the start just starting to drop back slightly. So all I had to do was keep the pace honest and not let up. So into 2nd place with just over 2 miles to go. The wind was picking up down here and it stayed with us right until we turned back into the sports club at the start. But I seemed to get a second wind at this stage, whether it was the caffeine or just the thought that I now had someone hot on my heels. I also thought around mile 7 that a 71-minute half could be on due to the splits I was dropping, but panic had started to set in, seeing 5:30s again. I was cursing the wind, but I gritted my teeth and emptied the tank for this final section. Thank you, buddy. Away. Thank you. Oh, mad. 45 seconds.
I dropped 1k, but...
No, honestly, mate, unbelievable. It's so windy around the backside as well.
Yeah, that's where it was.
On your own, it's
I knew
tough.
that was going to be a push straight, that windy bit.
Bloody unbelievable.
First, second, third photo.
Well done, mate.
Unbelievable, mate. Holy moly, I have just broken 72 minutes for the half. 30 quid and a trophy. That was unreal. That is by far, hands down, the best half marathon course I've run. So fast. We were lucky with the wind today. It did get windy in the second half. It was a bit tough. It is open and exposed, so you've got to be lucky with the weather. However, that is, I've got no idea why people travel so far for a half when you have this one on your doorstep. I had a good feeling about this one today. I just came in, everything was so chill, great parking, you can see ample parking here. That course was unreal. That was... Oh my goodness, I am in shock. That was unreal. I've been shaking for the last 5 minutes, whether it's the caffeine or not, I don't know, but that was way more than I thought. I was going for a 72. In my mind, I wanted that 72 today, and I got more. And now I was like 24, 25 seconds away from a London Marathon championship time. The chap that won it, congratulations to him, had a great chat at the end. He got it. That's all he wanted. And yeah, I don't really know where to start with this, so I'm not going to make this a big waffle. I'm going to keep this quite short and sweet. First of all, huge thanks to Burnham on Sea for organising this. This is by far the flattest and fastest half marathon I have ever run. An unbelievable course. We got lucky to a degree with the weather today. It was kind of tailwind first half, headwind second half. And it did get tricky in that fight. Like my 12th mile, I think, was the slowest, but by 2 seconds. It was like a 5:36. But otherwise, I felt strong throughout. And I think we got lucky today because I think on a worse day, that weather could be even worse. However, that is a fast course. I think Newport is the only one, I think, in the April Newport that I've run that could be faster, maybe, but I don't know why people travel so far. I don't know why this race does not have bigger depth of field. This is going in the calendar for next year. There is no way that if it aligns with what I want to do, then this is going in the calendar. So I just want to say that I highly recommend this race. As for the race itself, I went out controlled. That's all I wanted. I knew working on the grass, even in the first 400-600 metres, was going to be a little bit too much for me. So I kind of sat back. I heard a few people on the start line say they were going for around 74, 75. So when they went off in front of me, I just kind of like sat there and stuck to what I wanted to do. And I knew eventually they would come back to me. And when we got to 5:30, the 5:32 or 3 or whatever it was first mile, I knew that was like 72 mid pace. So I thought, okay, well, if they're going for 74, 75, they've either got to have a really good day or they're going to eventually come back to me. So I started working for the first couple of miles with the chap in the blue vest. He was lovely, had a quick chat, and then I kind of kicked on around mile 2.5, 3-ish. Took a caffeine gel. That was my secret weapon today. I've been testing it in training and my half marathon pace reps, getting my gut used to it. No stitch whatsoever. So 200 ml of caffeine at the start, 100 ml around mile 3.5, because obviously caffeine takes a while to kick into the system. So I wanted to have that early so that it kicked in the second half of the race, and it worked. I felt strong throughout. Worked through the field, and obviously I sat in fourth then for a long time. Got into third, I think, around mile 5 or 6-ish, I think, from memory. Just ticked away. It was around mile 6 to 7 when things started to, like the wind started to kind of whip around and hit us as we kind of started to turn back towards this way. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 was when it was a bit more in your face. I caught up with third place, who was a lovely chap, by the way. Again, had a chat with him at the end around mile 10, 10.5, I think it was. Got into second place and just kind of tried to kick on and finish as strong as I could. Mile 12 was a tricky one. It was on the road. There's a bit of road works. I slowed down a bit. Then when we turned onto this final road here before turning into the sports ground, the wind really hit. That was like proper headwind, but we were only on that for about 800 metres, maybe a K at most, before turning into the sports ground, and then we had a tailwind just to kind of whip us around and finish off. And I literally got onto the grass, saw the finish line, and I had 90 seconds. And you probably, well, I don't know if I put it in the video, but if I didn't, I'll put it in now. 45 seconds. I can't remember if I said I had 60 seconds or 45, you'd have just heard, but I knew that there was a chance of me going sub 72. And I just kicked. I ran so hard, finished mile 13 at 5:30 and just kicked. And I got it. And I'm honestly Training's been going so well. This is why I squirreled myself away, and it's been really hurting not to race. But I knew that I just wanted to get strong over the summer. There was no point in racing in that heat. It was not going to do me any good. I'd have got a good training effect from it, but I wanted to wait until now, and it was worth the wait. That is huge. So I'll leave it there, guys. I am going to go away and process this. Can't wait to share next week's training series episode and give you a bit more thoughts on it. For now, Burnham on Sea Running Club, unbelievable event. To you guys, if you're in the area, I recommend this one next year. If it aligns with your calendar, get involved. This is unreal. I will be back next year if things work out for me as well. That's it for me today, guys. I really appreciate it, and once again, thanks to Saysky for sponsoring the training series. So grateful, and I'll see you guys on the next one.